Hello guys! So this is the fourth question of the revision questions, the second pack that you got with like 20 questions in total. Okay, so this is about a box and whisker diagram. So how does a box and whisker diagram work? Let me give you a little recap before we continue. Let me do that like here, box and whisker. So if we have a box and whisker, we've got a box in the middle, and we've got two tails like this, and we've got like a line in the middle. It looks like this. Okay, so a box's whisker is used to like visualize our data, like how it spreads over the values. And what it means that we've got Q2 up here, and Q2 is the median. That's the middle value, guys, of the data. So if we have our data points up here, and they are like organized from smaller to biggest, then we know that the median is splitting our data in two. So we will have 50% of the data on the left side of Q2, and we will have 50% of the data on the right side. So suppose we have four numbers. Oh, I don't know what happens here. Suppose we have four numbers here. We've got 4, and we've got 4 here. We've got 8 numbers in total in our data set. So 4 values will be on the left of Q2, and 4 values will be on the right of Q2. Alright, so that's one thing. Then the other thing is Q1, and Q3. Q1 and Q3 are called the lower quartile and the upper quartile. So Q1 is the lower quartile and Q3 is the upper quartile. Okay, so basically that means that Q1 is in the middle of this and Q2. So there will be 25% on the left of Q1 and 25% between Q1 and Q2. And likewise, there will be 25% on the left of Q3 between Q3 and Q2, and 25% of the data between Q3 and the last bit. And what is the last bit? What is that value? Let me do it here. What is this one and that one? Well, this will be the minimal value and the maximum value. So basically, remember guys, between the median, if you have the median, you've got 50% on the left side, 50% on the right side, and the quartiles, they will just split our data in like quarters. So we've got 25% here, 25% there, 25% there, and 25% there. Okay, so what is the question? An analyst working at the Shanghai shipping port conducts a study on the port wait times of shipping containers for a particular month. The analyst creates a box and whisker diagram to represent the time in hours containers spent in the port. The diagram is shown below. Okay, so let's have a look at it, and then using the box and whisker diagram, write down the minimum number of hours a container spent in the port. So we're looking for the minimum. The lower quartile, so again, the lower quartile is also Q1. Maybe you've seen it with this notation. And the upper quartile will be Q3. So that is now quite easy. So the minimum, as I explained, is this value. And the maximum is this value, right? So this is the minimum. This is the maximum. It's not asked what the maximum is, but I will give it anyways. So the minimum, let's have a look. So this is 10. This is 15. So we see that this must be 14, right? So the minimum is 14 hours. And then the lower quartile. So again, this, let's start here. This is Q2. That's the median. This is Q1 and Q3. So remember in our box, guys, the box consists of the quartiles. So we got Q2 in the middle, the median. That's the median. And then we've got Q1 and Q3 on the borders. So Q1 is the lower quartile, and so therefore it is 20 hours. 20 hours. And the upper quartile is Q3, that's that one. What is the value here? That must be 32. 32 hours. All right, so that's 32 hours. So that's question A. And then, using the Box-and-Whisker diagram, the analyst claims that the percentage of containers spending more than 23 hours in port is higher than the percentage of containers spending less than 23 hours. B. State whether the analyst is correct. Justify your answer. Well, let's have a look. 23 hours is up here, and that is our median, guys. And as I said, the median splits the data in half, right? So the median splits the data in half, so 50% will be on the left of it, and 50% will be on the right of it. So yeah, 50% of the container ships spend more than 23 hours in port, and 50% of the container ships spend less than 23 hours in port. So therefore, the percentages are equal, and the claim is incorrect. So it's incorrect. And why? Because the median splits the data in half. So it's the same percentage on the left and on the right. We've got as many, like the same amount of values on this side as on that side, by definition of the Box-and-Whisker. The median is the one that splits the data in two. Okay? That was question 4. See ya!